Morning to you all out there, hope you're well. Welcome to another one of my videos. What is it with weather? It's just extraordinary, the weather. It's been absolutely chucking it down with rain, so much so that stair rod rain that even with all this on you get a soaking. So I've had to sit in my little bivvy for half an hour. Fishing two rods, obviously. I've got a scratching rig on the red one up, one down, freshly dug. Commons, and then I've got a pulley panel with a squid and mackerel wrap on this one. Not fished that far out, about 80 yards I suppose or thereabouts. I'm fishing at Kingsdown, so we've got the cliffs to my left which are stopping a lot of the wind coming through, because when I look round the corner it's howling out there. And then going on round the corner is down to Walmer, and then going beyond that is Deal. What am I hoping to catch today? Well, anything. I've never fished this beach before. I don't really know this area, although Dave, the really nice chap I met the other evening, said to come and try this beach. So local knowledge, going to try the beach. Rods have been out for about 10 minutes, so I'm going to sit and watch the world go by. No one down here. I've got a crow up there for company, and that is it. He's picking through the seaweed. But nice, I have to say, when you're out in nature like this. Looking at all the big wealthy homes behind me. Goodness, wouldn't it be nice to own that one up on the cliff? Well, this great big one behind me. But that's never going to happen. So anyway, it stopped raining. If you're watching, Ross, this is your favourite conditions. Heavy rain. And it's set to be heavy rain, I think, till lunchtime. But I'm going to fish. Stay down here today. My wife and daughter have gone out. I'm having a few days holiday down on the English coast. It's really a pretty place, I have to say. Never ever been here. Why I haven't, I really don't know. But you can see the cliffs behind me. And that's sort of giving me a little bit of protection. Rods, well, they're not doing a lot at the moment. I think it's the wind making them do this nodding, but it sort of gets you excited, doesn't it, when you see it doing stuff. When I went to get bait on Saturday, I dug some worms and then I went to buy some ragworm. I've never been able to dig ragworm, I have to say. I don't really know where to go. But the tackle shop was on a sort of double yellow line, and then there were 3 or 4 spaces pay and display a bit further down the road. And the rain has started, marvellous. And I thought, well, I'm only going to be a few moments, so I dived in the pay and display. It had just gone 8, and there was a traffic warden walking up the road. And I know there are fishing traffic wardens out there, and I know there are nice traffic wardens out there. But this very nice person came up to me, and I said, look, I'm just nipping in the fishing shop. I'm going to be less than 5 minutes. There's no one around. I don't really want to put any money in the parking thing. No, sir, you've got to put money in, otherwise I will issue you a ticket. I said, well, surely you can bend the rules on this one account. No, sir, no, they're the rules. I thought, okay, anyway, I went to get a ticket, and I could have put like 50p in, but I didn't have 50p. I only had a quid. So I stuck the quid in thinking, well, I'll get change. No change. What's all that about? So I had to pay. But there we go, I suppose better a quid than 60 quid. But I do wonder if I'd been doing the job, or if any of you lot out there were doing the job. Would you give a little bit of lassitude? This rod seems to be doing stuff. I think I'm going to reel it in and have a look. Well, it's heavy, but it's not doing fishy stuff. Well, there's a surprise. It's doing dogfish stuff. They're buggers, aren't they? But, oh, come here, you. You're going to need the pliers to get that out, I think, fellow. You have eaten it. And we all know what a dogfish looks like. So the dog who's interested in what I'm doing. Hello. So, one dogfish. Right, you, how are we going to get this out? I think with the old pliers. And I do want my tackle back, chap. I don't want to have to give you the bait. Well, that's one of the pennels. Thank God for forceps. And there's the other one nearly. No, not quite. Ta-da! Right, let's get you back, dogfish. Well, you saved the blank, chap, so I'm appreciative. Go on then. There you go. And my wife has just been down and given me the keys to where we're staying, going, oh, I know what you like with key safes and numbers, and I thought I didn't want you ringing me and moaning that you couldn't open the key box. Fair point. You know what I'm like with technology, pretty shit. Right, let's reel in the old 2-hook scratching rig. It feels like there's something on here. Is it seaweed? Or is it another dogfish? Well, guess what? Another dogfish. Smaller variety. They're opportune fish, aren't they? But I suppose they are a member of the shark family, aren't they? Been around for millions of years and designed in an extraordinary way. We think how rough their skin is. But if I keep catching these, I might just go down to one rod. Look at that little chap. Thank you, dogfish. Oh, beats going out. My wife and daughter, they're going to Margate. What would I prefer to do? Would I prefer to go fishing or go to Margate? I think we all know the answer. Right, let's get you in. I think high tide's about 1. So I'll fish it in and then I'll fish a couple of hours out and then I will go and drink beer. And these trousers, I know, look ridiculous, but they're a necessity today. Now, I'm a newbie to the world of bait pumping and the first few expeditions. What are you doing? Expeditions. What is it with me and words? I know the words, but the words don't come out. What's going on? The first couple of expeditions were rubbish. I followed all the instructions. I watched loads of YouTube videos. I went at an angle. I went down 3 inches. I went down 6. I went down 7. And I was coming out with like the tail end of a worm, which I congratulated myself on. But I have been practicing, and I am really happy that I'm managing to get all these whole worms out. I managed to get just over 100, so it's lasted me the other day, and I put them on ice blocks in a little box with newspaper around them, and they've come out really fresh and happy. So I was well chuffed, but they make your hands go like you've been smoking 100 cigarettes a day. So if you're watching, Dave, the sea's a bit calmer than when we were fishing on Saturday, and I've really appreciated your company. It was really good of you to travel down and give me a bit of the old local knowledge. Much appreciated. And we will go fishing at Shoreham or down that neck of the woods, because I know you like catching undulate rays, and there's a chance of catching them down there. Big shout out to Carl up in Grimsby. What am I doing, you stupid man? Get the words out. Grimsby. I hope your fishing session is a bit more successful than the last one. I know you've been patiently waiting for the right conditions to get out, so I really hope you do well, fellow. Stephen Russman, big shout out to you. Thanks for all the lovely comments. They're really appreciated, and they do cheer me up when I read them, and they do mean a lot, I have to say, getting the comments I get. I try and respond to every one, which I think is kind of the right thing to do, but I really enjoy reading them, and particularly when it's dull at work and I get into work and messages ping up. It makes me feel brilliant. Is that doing stuff? Don't know. Oh yeah, stuff is happening, but let's have a reel in, I think, and we'll see, shall we? Well, there is weight on it. What could this be? Oh, let me guess. It wouldn't be another dogfish. It is. Whoa. Still, if I was hungry or I was fishing to survive, this would go down really well. They do taste nice, I have to say, but they are a bit of a palaver to try and take the skin off my hand, do you? You don't realise just come on, hook, what are you doing? I don't really want to be getting my fingers in your mouth, dogfish, because you have quite sharp teeth. Right, let's get you back in. They're amazing things. Their eyes close. Obviously the kind of protective instinct, and you've got a free worm. Back you go to fight another dogfish day. Whoa, in you go. But, reeled another dogfish in. I'm not going to keep bringing dogfish to the camera. We all know what dogfish look like, so I think what I'll do is if I catch something different, I'll bring it to the camera, but any other dogfish, I'll put them back because I'm catching a dogfish a cast. But what I've done is, rather than, because these get completely mullered, I watched a chap on YouTube a couple of weeks ago, and all he did was he left what was on there all chewed up and just whipped on another piece of mackerel or squid or whatever you're using. So all I've done is I just wrapped a piece of mackerel and whipped it on there. So it keeps, I suppose, the scent from all the other gubbins in there and also the mackerel. So I'm going to chuck this out, but I have no doubt it is dogfish heroin and they'll be going yum, yum, yum. But I suspect they hunt in this coloured water. They've got exceptional smell, so I'm going to catch dogfish. But I don't care, because I'm not out shopping and trudging round clothes shops with my wife and daughter. And I'd sooner be down here and I don't care about the weather. Well, I do care about the weather, but it doesn't really spoil the day as long as you've got a bit of shelter, and the little IMAX that I'm using is really good. Only thing I'd say with the IMAX shelter is you need to waterproof them every now and again, because when it's really heavy rain, like a lot of tents, if you touch the fabric, it leaks. But I've sprayed it liberally with waterproofing on the inside and outside, and it's worked a treat the last few days. I've not had any water come in. So I think all I'm going to do is every couple of months I'll give it a blast of waterproofing. Right, let's chuck this one out. I'm down to one rod because I was getting a little tired of just keep catching dogfish, and more dogfish. So, and I'm not going to go out in this. But there are some blokes further up the beach. They're fishing, and they haven't got any bivvies. That's just bonkers. They just stood out in the rain. But I wouldn't want to be stood out in this. This is, you really do get wet quick. But very elemental. And Richard from West London, if you're watching this is even worse than the other evening. So, yeah, what can I say really? But thanks for watching. It's what fishing's about. This is just extraordinary weather. Whoa! I've just had a lady who's been walking her dogs has just come down and given me a bit of a lecture. Bless her. She started the conversation with, "I hope you're not leaving hooks all over the beach." And as I said to her, I said, "Am I walking up and down the beach throwing them around?" "Well, my dogs keep finding them." And she wasn't like pleasant, she was really grumpy and confrontational. And I felt like saying, you know what, you can go and blah 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 yourself, and you can stick your dog up there as well. But I didn't. My wife was sitting on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, telling me to be reasonable. So I just thought it instead. So I thought, well, what can I say? So I said, well, maybe the reason they're looking for hooks is they want to go fishing. She didn't see the funny side of that and went off in a right old hump. But now to strangers folk. And it's all gone a bit quiet at the top of the tide. I was catching dogfish, nothing. So, going to give it another maybe hour and a half. Weather horrible keeps coming through. And go indoors, sit in the warm, and do drinking stuff. Now, I've just reeled in. This is the last cast of the day, and I did say earlier on if I caught anything else I would bring it to camera, and not a dogfish but a humble little pout whiting. Come on you, neatly hooked, nice little shiny bar of pout whiting. Right chap, you're going back. Amazing that there are fish out in conditions like that are that rough. Extraordinary. So there we go. Anyway, I am going to pack up now. So to all of you out there, as usual, look after yourselves, take care. Next adventure is going to be Shoreham Harbour, and I'm going with Andy definitely. Ross may turn up, but only if it's not raining. So that is when? What are we today? Monday. I'm going down there on Sunday, so a few days doing stuff around here. I'm not going to fish anymore, and I'm going to do stuff with the family. So look after yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for now.